We will talk about solving inequalities. What's the meaning for an inequality? Two expressions connected by one out of these four symbols are called an inequality. 2x plus 6 is one expression. 8 is another expression. So those two expressions connected by this greater than symbol, so the whole expression is called inequality. How to solve the inequality? Like we are solving the equation, if both sides minus 6, you can cancel positive negative 6. So left hand side is 2x. Right hand side is 8 minus 6, which is 2. Divided by 2 on both sides. 2 cancel each other. You have an x on the left hand side. 2 divided by 2, you have a 1. So x is greater than 1. Another way of saying this is that 1 less than x. The reason I wrote in this way is because the number on the right hand side is bigger. You can see 3 is bigger than 2. 0 is bigger than negative 1. Negative 1 is bigger than negative 2. So that's why I wrote x is greater than negative 1, or 1 is less than x. So then if you locate where 1 is, all the points on the right hand side is x greater than 1. Since there is no equal sign right here, so this 1 is not included. So that's why we said here is the empty circle, okay, from 1 to the right hand side. Try this one yourself. 4y minus 5 less than or equal to 3. You see, if you add 5 on both sides, positive, negative 5 cancel each other. You have 5 plus 3, which is 8. Divided by 4, so left hand side you have a y. Right hand side is 8 divided by 4, you have a 2. So y is less than or equal to 2. So you see this is 2. All the values on the left hand side is less than 2. So to the left. There is an equal sign here, and then here is the solid point. And you want to figure out this one yourself. Okay. Now let's look at the second example. The second example, you want to add 2 on both sides, and you have negative, positive to cancel each other. The left hand side, you have a negative 4z left over. The right hand side is 6 plus 2, which is 8. Now, you want to divide it by negative 4. Okay? Then divided by negative 4. Negative 4 cancel each other, so you have a z on the right hand side. Right hand side is 8 divided by negative 4, you have a negative 2. It was greater than, here has to be less than. Why? When we divide it by a negative number, we must switch this direction. When we divide it by a positive number, we keep this direction greater than. The reason is, look, negative 1 is less than 3. If you divide it by a negative number, negative is going to be positive. And then 3 divided by negative 1 is going to be negative. So you have actually, when you divide it by a negative number, you have to switch this sign. this direction, from less than to greater than. Okay, so that's the reason. Divided by a negative number or multiplied by a negative number, the direction of this inequality sign must be switched. Okay, so divided by negative number greater than must be switched to less than or equal to. Less than must be switched to greater than or equal to. If you divide it by a positive number, you keep the direction. This is very difficult, very important part. Okay? So we get z is less than or equal to -2. You locate -2. Numbers on the left-hand side is smaller than -2. So all the numbers on the left is less than -2. Okay, so you want all the points on the left. And then there is an equal sign here, so here should be solid point. That would be -2 to the left, solid point. Try this one yourself. You need to -1 on both sides. Okay, this is -5x plus 1 less than -14. So you want to minus -1 on both sides. Then you have a -5x less than -14. When you divide it by -5, you have a left-hand side is just x, because -5, -5 cancel each other. Right-hand side, you have a -15 divided by -5, so you have a 3 on the right-hand side. Left-hand side is just x. Divided by -5, this direction, less than, must be switched to greater than. Okay, so x is greater than 3. You locate 3, and all the numbers on the right is greater than 3. Okay, so that's all the number on the right-hand side of 3. 3 is not included. 3 is not included because there is no equal sign here, so that's empty circle. Try this one yourself. Okay, be careful. Divided by a negative number, divided by a negative number, switch the direction. Less than, switch to greater than. Divided by a negative number, greater than or equal to, switch to less than or equal to. Now, let's do example 3 here. Example 3 is 5z plus 7 greater than or equal to 7z plus 19. Left-hand side minus 7z, right-hand side minus 7z. 7z, positive, negative, cancel each other. Right-hand side, you have a 19. Right-hand side, 5z minus 7z, you have a -2z. 5 minus 7 is -2, and then you have a z. Keep 7 down here. Now, -7 on both sides. Positive 7, -7 cancel each other. Left-hand side is -2z. Right-hand side is 19 minus 7, which is 12. Divided by -2, switch the direction. Greater than or equal to, switch to less than or equal to. -2 cancel each other, you have a z on the left. 12 divided by -2, you have a -6. So z is less than or equal to -6. Locate -6 is right here. Z is less than -6. Numbers on the left-hand side is less than -6. So all the numbers on the left. Negative 6 is included, so here is the solid point. You want to try this one yourself. Okay? You want to add for z, for y in this case, and for y on both sides. So you have a positive, negative for y cancel each other on the left. Right hand side is 6 plus 4y, so you have a 10y. Add positive 12 on both sides, so you have a 8 plus 12, which is 20. Positive, negative 12 cancel each other, so you have a 10y is greater than 20. And then both sides divided by 10, you have a y is greater than 2. So you locate 2 first. All the numbers on the right-hand side is greater than 2, so it's to the right. And 2 is not included, so here is the empty circle. All right? So, try this one yourself. Here is the solution. Now, let's look at example 4. Example 4, there are 2 inequalities right here. X minus 2 less than 1 and negative x less than or equal to 2. You add 2 on both sides. Positive 2, negative 2 cancel each other, so you have x on the left-hand side. 1 plus 2 is 3. Okay? So x is less than 3, you get from the first inequality. The second one, you divide it by negative 1 on both sides. Negative 1 divided by negative 1, you have a positive x on the left. 2 divided by negative 1, you have a negative 2. Since we divided by negative number, so you want to switch this direction from less than or equal to greater than or equal to. This tells us x must be less than 3, and x must be greater than or equal to negative 2. You locate 3, and 3 is not included, empty circle. X is less than 3, so all the numbers on the left. On the other hand, you locate negative 2. Okay, locate negative 2. X is greater than negative 2, so all the numbers to the right. All the numbers to the right. So that means x must be greater than negative 2 and less than positive 3. Negative 2 is included, so left-hand side is a solid point. Right-hand side is an empty circle because 3 is not included. Okay? That's the way to represent the answer. Try this one yourself. This one you want to add x minus 1 greater than 2 and x plus 7 less than or equal to 12. You add 1 on both sides, cancel positive, negative 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. So x is greater than 3. Actually, you wrote x is greater than 3. Minus 7 on both sides. Negative, positive 7 cancel each other. So you have an x on the left alone. 12 minus 7, you have a 5. So x is less than or equal to 5. Combine those two. Locate 3 here, and 3 is not included. So it's an empty circle. Locate 5 here, and 5 is included, so it's a solid point. X is in between 3 and 5, so you should represent in this way. Try this one yourself. Okay? Now, let's look at the last example. The last one is x over 3 minus x over 2 less than or equal to 1. You don't like denominators, So you find out the least common denominator, which is 6 times every 10. Okay? Times 6, times 6, times 6. 3 upstairs, 3 downstairs, 6 upstairs, so you have a 2x. 6 upstairs, 2 downstairs, so you have a 3, because 6 divided by 2 is 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So you have a 2x minus 3x is less than or equal to 1 times 6 is 6. Alright. Now you have a 2 minus 3, which is negative 1. You don't write negative 1, but you can write negative 1 also. Okay? Both sides divided by negative 1. Negative, negative, positive, positive x. 6 divided by negative 1, you have a negative 6. You divide it by a negative number, you should switch the direction, which is x greater than negative 6 now, instead of less than. You locate negative 6, and 6 is included because there is an equal sign here. So here is the solid point. X greater than negative 6. All the numbers on the right is greater than negative 6. You see 1 is greater than negative 6. 0 is greater than negative 6. Negative 1 is greater than negative 6. So all the points on the left. Okay? And again, 6 is included. Solid point. Try this one yourself. 8x minus 23 divided by x plus 1/3, and then greater than 5 halves times x. Okay? So in this case, the LCD is still 6. Okay? LCD is still 6. And then 6 times each term, you have 8x minus 23 plus 2, which is greater than, here you have 2 cancelled, you have 3 times 5, which gives you 15x. Okay? 15x on the right. Left-hand side, you then have 8x minus 23 plus 2. So actually, negative 23 plus 2, you have a negative 21. Okay? Negative 21. Negative 21, and you have a minus negative 8x, minus 8x. So you cancel positive negative 8x. And here was 15x. Okay? You minus 8x. Then you have a 7x on the right. Okay? So that would be 7x is less than negative 21. You divide it by 7 on both sides, so x is less than negative 3. Because negative 21 divided by 7 is negative 3. So x is less than negative 3. You locate negative 3. And negative 3 is not included because there is no equal sign, and all the points on the left is less than negative 3. All the points on the right is greater than, so the direction should go to this way. Okay? So this is the solution, and this is the graph representation. Try this one yourself. There are more details right here. I will see you in next lecture.